I remember the first war. The way the sky burned. The faces of angels destroyed.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to talk about the Fox original television series by the name of The Following. I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon episode 11 titled Whips and Regrets. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? So pretty much as we found out in the last episode, episode 10 titled Guilt, we found out that Joe Carroll now has Claire Matthews, his wife or ex-wife, whatever you want to call her. He now has his wife back in custody, back at the custody at his mansion with all his cult followers. And pretty much what he's trying to do in this episode, Joe Carroll is trying to make his wife, Claire Matthews, fall back in love with him. That's pretty much what he's trying to do. And of course, she is not willing to do this, and she is not willing to do this because Joe Carroll will not let her see her son. He keeps saying in the episode, I'm not going to let you see your son because it's the last card I have to play. But by the end of the episode, of course, Joe Carroll, ends up letting her see her son. That way, she'll be more prone to falling in love with him later on because he actually does. Though he's kind of a sick and twisted guy, Joe Carroll does still love his wife, Claire Matthews. So there's kind of the whole controversy going on with that. And then we have Kevin Bacon's character. He's picked up. He's an alcoholic, of course. At the beginning of this episode, he's drinking because, he lost Claire, to Joe Carroll's mansion and all that kind of stuff. So in this episode, Joe Carroll is trying to find out where the mansion is, and they think they can find out where the mansion is by a person at a local strip club, I believe. So they go to the strip club, and one of the cult followers actually works at the strip club. So they end up chasing the guy down and find an old armory. And at this armory is actually where they train the cult followers. And while they're I think 5 people end up dying, 2 SWAT team guys, and then 3 of the actual cult followers. They thought the 3 cult followers were victims at first, but they were actually just being held in a 2-week deprivation to train and to prepare themselves to be cult followers. So it was pretty much the armory was a place where the cult followers came to prepare and to see if they have what it takes to be in the cult following. And then we also had a sort of struggle for power between Joe Carroll's character and Roderick's character. And Roderick was actually getting very mad at Joe Carroll's character in this episode of The Following, episode 11 titled Whips and Regrets. He got mad at Joe Carroll for the fact that, Roderick's ready to do something. He's tired of waiting around. He said that as soon as he got Claire Matthews back, that they would go on with their mission. Joe Carroll was saying, hey, I just got her back. Give me some more time to prepare. But Roderick doesn't like that at all. So we have the whole, like I was saying, I think I said about 3 or 4 videos ago, there's a real nice, struggle for power. You think everything is okay within the cult, but it's not. Kevin Bacon is not the only one having struggles in this show. Joe Carroll is starting to have struggles within his old cult followers, and some of his people are starting to become a little weary of waiting around. I guess their plan, is to go out and start killing more people, but Joe Carroll says, he wants them to stay back a little bit. Because it's been a while since the cult is still killing people, yes, but it's been a while since they've made like a one-on-one kill because Joe Carroll is, I guess planning something big, and I guess Roderick doesn't really understand that. So once again, like I was saying, the whole struggle for inner power. And then of course we have, I believe his name's Jacob, the guy that, suffocated, his best friend with a pillow. We have him and then the girl, I always forget her name, But of course, Jacob does not trust the girl, though they had sex in the last episode. He still does not trust her. They didn't have sex. They were just about to, and then he ended up leaving because he had second thoughts about it. But of course, he still doesn't trust her. So that's pretty much the main plot. Sorry that I got, I said it all jumbled, said it in a different order. I was trying to make the most of what I said because a lot of stuff went down. Anyways, sorry if it was a little confusing. Anyways, that's the main and basic plot of the Fox original television series by the name of The Following for episode 11 titled Whips and Regrets. Overall, my thoughts and opinion on this episode. This episode was a little slower than most of them. It had a nice build up, but by the end, the episode became very solid. Slowness wasn't a bad thing. It built upon the plot. Oh yeah, another thing that happened, I forgot. The main best thing about this episode that we found out that Molly, Kevin Bacon's character's, I forget what his character's name is in the show. Ryan Hardy. Anyways, we found out that Ryan Hardy's ex-girlfriend Molly is actually a part of the cult followers themselves, and the whole reason Molly knows Ryan Hardy is because of what Joe Carroll told her to do, like 4 or 5 years previous, back in 2009. We found out that Molly was actually supposed to date Ryan Hardy's character because Joe Carroll wanted her to get information from Ryan Hardy. So the entire time they were dating, she was sort of wired to Joe Carroll, telling him information, taking videos, sending them to Joe Carroll's character while he was in jail, and that sort of thing. So they were never really dating. She was just sort of, conning him in just to get information from him. And Ryan Hardy doesn't know this, and this element is actually used greatly in the episode. At the end, she comes in his house, he has a gun, he ends up seeing it's her, he puts the gun away, still not knowing what Molly is actually doing in his house, just getting the information, right? And she also said that she wants to kill Ryan Hardy, but I'm feeling like Joe Carroll wants to do that himself, so I don't think Molly is going to do what she wants to do. She wants to kill Ryan Hardy. Joe Carroll didn't respond when she said this, so I don't think I don't think Joe Carroll's gonna let her do this. Anyways, so that's pretty much the main element of what's going on. My favorite thing about this episode was probably the first few, besides around the end when it got really good, the first few minutes, it was like an instant hook for the episode, and that was because Ryan Hardy, was, sleeping, and then Joe Carroll called him, and they had a nice, I guess you could say, 3, 4, 5 minute conversation. And I just always like seeing, James Purefoy playing Joe Carroll and then Kevin Bacon playing Ryan Hardy. I always like seeing Kevin Bacon and then James Purefoy just play off each other. We have James Purefoy, the whole British accent, just, bad guy, very calm. And then we have Ryan Hardy, the hard-headed alcoholic who just tells him, go to hell. He doesn't want to talk to him. So I really like when they play off each other. It's always nice when they talk, and those are always the best moments in the series, is when Ryan Hardy and Joe Carroll both interact with each other. Towards the end, we had some nice, high octane action, I guess you could say. Not real big action sequences, but we had some nice, SWAT team coming in there and shooting, Ryan Hardy shooting. So overall, this episode turned out to be very solid, and like I said, the best things about it was definitely when Ryan Hardy and then James Purefoy played off each other. And then it got really nice at the end, too. Another good moment about the episode was when Joe Carroll and then his wife Claire Matthews were having dinner together. And of course, she didn't want to have dinner. He's trying to get her to love him again, because he already does love her, but he's trying to get her to love him again. And I just like when they're together and she does not want to be with him, and he's angry, and I think he ends up hitting her. I forget. But anyways, I liked that dinner sequence a lot, and then I really liked the end of the episode with the sentimentality of it when Joe Carroll ends up letting Claire Matthews' character see her son Joey. Anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions on tonight's episode 11, titled Whips and Regret, for the Fox original television series by the name of The Following. Next week's episode, we only have 4 weeks left. This series is actually going to end April 29th of 2013. As always, the series comes on every Monday night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Next week's episode is episode 12, titled The Curse. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and I'll see you guys later for more videos by Centipede Geek.